Hello, welcome back, and thank you for coming back. I'm hoping you've seen the first video and this is the second video you've seen and that you'll be following me as I go along. So the next topic I want to discuss is what insurance is. So people actually don't have a full understanding and they don't understand how then an insurance company applies certain rules and can say yes or no. So I'm going to try and keep it brief, keep it as simple as possible so that at the end you actually understand the concept and why some things are applied as they are. I realized myself when I was thinking about the content for this video that I have been in touch with insurance, with the concept, since probably, if I say that I'm going to give away my age, so no. But I was in touch with this in Matateni when I was staying with my grandmother, and I was probably 6 years old. She had isosite in African context or in South African, lingo. Townships would have women that gather around and they have isosite. What is a society? Society or a burial scheme, as what people call it now, is a bunch of women back then would gather together. So I'm going to work from this example and then we're going to build onto it to make you understand the concept a bit more. So Isosite was basically my grandmother and 9 of her friends, for example. They all say every month they're going to put 100 rands towards this kitty, and they will meet and they will gather and everybody will be accountable to pay this money monthly. If someone in that group loses a loved one that is immediate family, then that group would commit to saying they're going to take out, let's say, 5,000 rands to give to that person who has lost a family member in order to help with the funeral arrangement. That's basically the concept of even burial schemes that are happening now. People are paying, pooling money together in case 1 or 2 people suffer a loss. Generally doesn't happen that everybody suffers a loss, but usually in a group like that, when we pull people together, one person will suffer, so all our contribution in that pot will go to that one person. And then I started understanding, actually insurance has been around for, not been around, it's been around way longer, but I've actually been in contact with it. And so I can now apply certain principles to what I know, having worked in insurance and studying it, to how it worked then with my grandmother and her friends. So bringing the example back, let's now, for instance, imagine that all my grandmother and her 9 friends had cars. And there's no insurance company. They decide amongst themselves that, listen, guys, we might actually lose our cars. Can we not, like the same way we do our society scheme, of putting money for funerals, can we not put money together so that if one of us has a bumper bashing, at least we can take out 3,000 rands in order to be able to pay for the damages? If everyone agrees, they can all gather the money together and monthly they contribute, and somebody will have an incident and they'll take that money out and be able to assist this person for 3,000 rands or whatever they discussed. And that is essentially what insurance is. It's about a group of people pooling funds together so that they are basically ready to pay for losses of a few, and these contributions are made by many. So looking at that example now, let's imagine my grandmother and her friends decide that now they're going to start this car society. They say that, you know what, we are going to cover everyone up to 5,000 rands for any incident or scratches that are caused in the vehicle. They agree and they're going to start at paying a premium each of 100 rands. They put this kitty, the 100 rands into this kitty every month, and it's 1,000 rands. On month 2, they've saved up 2,000 rands, and then Umam Matwala decides to have a bumper bashing. When she has that bumper bashing, she now needs to claim for that 5,000 rands. They've only saved 2,000 rands. And this is where it's almost like self-insurance, and you can start understanding that why it is important to actually be insured with an insurer. So insurance companies, in the same premise, only actually on a larger scale. If I go to an insurance company tomorrow and I drive what car can I drive? I could drive an X5. I drive the latest X5 and it's 1.5 million. It's got everything in it and it's 1.5 million rands. If I take insurance today with my insurance company and tomorrow I've paid my premium today, I've signed up, and tomorrow I have an incident, that insurance company will pay my claim if it is a valid claim. And so this is why, if you think about it, it's a lot of people that they have in their pool, and they have to ensure that people claim for the right things and they don't abuse funds to affect the rest of them. And at the same time, they have much larger reserves that it's better to insure your vehicle or your house contents or your building with them than it would be to insure that yourself. But that's the basis of short-term insurance. Is that, or not short-term insurance alone, it's insurance in general, to say pooling of funds by many so that we can try and pay the losses of a few. And that is the basis of it. In long-term insurance or life insurance, it's the same thing. We all put money together in case one of us in this pool will die tomorrow because of X, Y, and Z. And in that case, we will pay for the losses of those people. But it's a lot of people that contribute for losses of a few. It's a nice concept because generally, if everything, not even if you are honest, if you give the right information, and if you abide by your terms and conditions, there is no problems and you will be covered. And that's a wonderful thing about insurance. So I want to learn this topic with you further, but I hope this sort of makes sense of what insurance is, because after this I want to then discuss why certain things wouldn't be applied, still looking at the burial scheme society thing that I told you about that my grandmother had when I was younger. All right, thank you for watching. It's a longer video, but I hope that it's going to give you some insight and you have better understanding.